Hey guys, last week we talked about the concept of piercing the veil and how God surrounds us all the time. And today I wanted to elaborate on that idea a little bit in a more maybe practical example. I was in Mass the other week and I had some ideas hit me related to this idea of God piercing through the veil, and a meditation came to me that I wanted to share with you guys. So we spoke last week about how God is not far away from us, but surrounding us completely to the point that He is touching every bit of matter that exists from all angles. So even through ourselves, God is coursing through the fabric of our existence and touching all of our atoms and subatomic particles from every possible direction. And if He were not doing so and He ceased to touch us, then we would cease to exist, or whatever it is that He was not touching would cease to exist. And so with this idea of God less far away and more so woven through the fabric of creation, it puts a bit of a different spin on the consecration and taking the Eucharist. And so when I was sitting in Mass the other week and the priest did the elevation for the consecration of the Eucharist, I just had this imagery of God tearing through the veil and going from this place that we can't see, where He is still, before the consecration, God the Father would be holding the host as bread into existence, but something happens during the consecration such that the veil is torn and God is no longer merely holding up the atomic particles of the bread of the host, but is somehow broken through the veil to materially subsist in the host and actually exist in His full divinity in the Eucharist. And so that got me onto this kick of this idea of tearing through the veil and this real kind of graphic imagery of God just tearing through the veil of the material and bursting into the world as we know it. And so after I went up to receive the Eucharist, after pondering and meditating on this idea, something really interesting came to me as I was sitting praying after having received, that in that moment after you've received the Eucharist, you are in a way sitting in the coalescence of the Trinity. You have God the Father holding up all of the matter that you are and embracing you in that way. You have the indwelling of the Trinity residing in your soul in that moment and always when you are in a state of grace, as well as you then have God the Son, that element of the Trinity that is torn through the veil to exist in a material way that you have now consumed, and you are incorporating reality in that way through the body of the Son into your body. And what an incredible moment. You can just sit there and maybe next time you go to Mass, ponder this mystery of sitting and reveling in the middle of the Trinity like this. That's one of the beautiful things about the truth of Christianity and having God as a Trinity. This is a mystery that can't occur in any other religion. So those were just some thoughts that had dawned on me coming out of the ideas that we talked about last week that I wanted to share, and hopefully that provides a little inspiration and food for thought for the next time you guys are in Mass. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.